Hello all and welcome back to Kenshi. We are in the donut, and today's episode, I think it's going to be a two-part, basically. We're going to start off with doing base upgrades in the donut, kind of how we did last time. I've got a few more things that I thought up some flavor stuff which would go well with the town, and there are some areas that I want to beautify, like this region over by our research building. And then the second half of the episode, we are going to take a select crew out. And I thought of kind of a funny thing to try and do while I was between episodes and doing a bunch of upkeep. I noticed that we have quite a few characters with very high bounties. So in this episode, we are going to try to collect our own bounties. I have no idea if this is possible, and I never look things up in this series, so it might end up being a completely different adventure, but I like to kind of figure things out as I go and enjoy that part of the playthrough, learning on your own and just experiencing it yourself. So we are going to try and collect the bounties on Flan, I think Kagir, Cassandra, Yuri, and Sand Assassin. Collectively have about 120,000 credits worth of bounties on them, all from the United Cities. So we are going to try to go collect the bounties on our own crew. Now, we're not going to be getting rid of them entirely. Like, we are going to be turning them in to try and get the bounties. But of course, then we're going to have them break out and rejoin us. And we're going to just see if we get the credits for that and if the bounties go away. If the bounties don't go away, I could just farm that, right? If I get paid and the bounties don't go away, I could just farm that for gold. Like, turn Sand Assassin in a couple times and I've got 100,000 credits. But if the bounties do go away, then that's also kind of nice for us. Then we don't have bounties and we won't be recognized all the time. But we're going to take those 5 characters and I think 2 or maybe 3 other characters on this mission. We'll pick those when we get there. But first of all, let's do our base building. And even before we get into that, I want to go over some of the stuff that I did in upkeep since last session. I did do a little bit of base building and weird things off camera. So first of all, our prison area over here got a little bit of remodeling. You might remember there were a lot of prisoner cages down here before, and it was kind of annoying trying to run around everywhere to feed them all. So I moved them all into like a closer knit group. It makes a little bit more sense to me. We're probably eventually going to get rid of a lot of these prisoners because it's just a lot of upkeep. And we don't actually need this many training dummies. We can do something interesting with them. I haven't decided what, but we're going to release a bunch of them. One of these days, if you've got an idea of what I should do with them, drop a comment. I would love to have some good ideas. Right now, I'm kind of toying with the idea of hitting them out and then dropping them in a different nation's territory and then just like stealthily following them and seeing what happens. Seeing maybe they have to battle their way out or do something like that. But I also might just have a battle royale in the arena here and let them all just fight each other to the death. That is also a consideration, but yeah, we moved all them. We gave them some labor tasks and some food growing to do inside the prison here. And then I did set up 2 of the houses, kind of just played around with layouts of housing situations for our main characters. And these are the 2 layouts I've done. I haven't done any of the other houses yet. I'll probably do different layouts in a lot of the houses, though I kind of like this one, so I might repeat this one a couple times with a little variation each time, of course. But yeah, this is basically just a hallway and then 2 individual rooms. Every room is going to have a general storage chest for people to hoard things in, and then a few flavor things here and there. You can see I've plopped items around for decoration. We've got books and then some documents on this table. Over in this building, we got kind of a different setup. It's a larger community room at the front. Maybe a couple people who like to host things and have people over want to live in this building. Some old maps. I like the way those look. And then, of course, the beds and the general storage chests. So I'm happy with how those turned out. This room back here is Shifty's. I just threw some medical supplies in there so that I'd know whose room it was. He's kind of our medic. So I'm going to try to remember whose room like whose box is whose, because there's no way for me to label them. But I think once we get some items in there and I get used to who's living where, it shouldn't be much of a problem. Yeah, so those are done. What else did I do around town between episodes? I didn't do a whole lot else around town. We did finish, let's see, Abuela, wherever she is, has a new shirt she needs to grab. I did end up getting a Masterwork shirt for her. And I thought of what I should put inside that third stand in here. Right, so we have our display stands. One of them has the Fog Prince head in it. One of them has a Leviathan Pearl. And this one should have a Mega Crab Ganglion in it. That is something that we've collected. I don't know if it's anywhere in town here or if it's still down in the Ash Post. I think it's probably still way down here in our outpost down here. But we have one. I know we have one. And as long as we're putting weird body parts on display, I think a Mega Crab Ganglion is very fitting to put in there. So that is in my notes. That's what we're going to be putting in there next time we come across one, or I find it in my massive loot hoard in the base. Oh, I also, you can see Flan here is no longer carrying the Gorilla guy. Between sessions, I tried to carry the Gorilla all the way down to the Shuck Kingdom to drop him off, but at some point I stopped looking at Flan. I think he was around right here, and then when I switched back to him, because I was also doing this base building at the same time, when I switched back to him, he no longer had the Gorilla, and he was fighting dogs. So I wonder if he dropped the Gorilla guy to fight the dogs, or maybe just because I had him unloaded, like off screen, maybe. And the Gorilla was dead. He was just carrying a dead guy for like 7 or 8 days. Maybe it just decomposed or just vanished or something. But we didn't actually manage to get the bounty for that, which is unfortunate. But at least Flan's not carrying him anymore. And then on the way back, maybe I got all the way down here, because on the way back I stopped by Mongrel and I picked up a few blueprints. I forgot to save them to research on screen. I've been doing that. Every other blueprint we found that I've unlocked, I've done during one of the videos. But those two, I bought them and I just immediately clicked them. And then I'm like, oh, crud, I'm not actually recording right now. But that happened. Those two blueprints were for Ninja Pants and Sneaky Chain. So I think it's like Sneaky Chain Pants. So we can make both of those now, which is kind of cool. They're not super critical ones, so I just wasn't thinking about it and I clicked on them. I think that's everything for updates since the last episode. Now we can I think we can get into our base building stuff. I have once again gone through and just placed a bunch of things because I'm very picky about placements, and I want to do a ton of that on camera. We are going to rearrange this area today, but I did a bunch of placing of stuff. So first of all, we've got a new residential nook, I guess, over by the crafting buildings. This is our main armor crafting building and our main weapon crafting building. And I thought it would be nice if the people who worked there just had houses right behind the buildings they worked in. So we added a little bit, I'm going to let it start playing now, and they're going to build this as we talk. I added a little bit of like a sheltered walkway. I removed a whole bunch of these storage crates that were in and around these buildings. They kind of look goofy anyway. And now instead we have some nice flavor. We actually have some relevant storage still, but a lot of it's just decorative flavor objects. It's really hard to get in here. Let's get rid of this. But we got an outhouse here. There's an animal trough. I don't have any animals, but I kind of like the way this looks. Maybe for use in other things. Maybe they're like quenching their forging stuff out here or something weird. I don't know. You can kind of play with whatever idea you think makes sense to you. I'm going to have to deal with people getting stuck again, it looks like. Okay, maybe not. Also, apparently you can build buildings right over the top of these storage bins. The storage bins that can be inside and outside don't have like a preference as to where you put them. So I'm going to have to move those. I actually think I can just go like this to start. Let's clear up some space here. I do want to keep the materials out of them, so we're going to try and do this a smarter way. I should probably use a different person with a better backpack. Who has a better backpack here? Neil, Sand Assassin. Ooh, no, nobody has a good backpack. I'm looking for a trader's backpack so I can do this faster, but it's just not going to be a thing, apparently. Let's throw that on the ground. We don't actually need that. I just want to save as many of these as possible. Did I make another one anywhere? Full. Ooh, that one's not full. Nice. They must have just used a bunch from that one. Because these were all full before when we started the episode here. That's why I was still making more. Okay, so this one's empty. We can go ahead and we can dismantle this now. Let's make sure I'm selecting the right thing and not that building. Storage iron plates. And we'll dismantle that so it's not clipping through our building. And then I want to get rid of this one. Not sure where I'm going to put these because I think all of our storage bins are now full. So what I might do is I might just fill people's inventories with them. And they'll drop them off as soon as there's room to drop them off. Presumably. Okay. So that one's done. Plates, dismantle, there we go. So that's cleaned up now. And we've got this nice little alleyway to walk back to these guys' homes. There's an outhouse on the way. And then I will decorate these. And Abuela is definitely living in this one. So I'm still going to put 2 people in each. This one's going to be Abuela. This one over here is going to be Jin. Because he is our armor smith. Oh, wait. This is armor smith. So Jin's going to be on the left one. Jin and I think... Jin and Kagir. Because Kagir also is doing armor smithing. On the other side, I think I might have Abuela and Heron. Because they're also doing smithing. Abuela is weapons. And Heron is actually also armor. Maybe I would do Abuela and Digna, because Digna is our, actually everything, crossbow and armor. But this isn't a named character yet, which reminds me, at the beginning of the episodes, I should mention that people who are watching either on YouTube or on Twitch, you are welcome to claim a character and design everything about the character. Like, give them a personality, tell me what gear set they want, what name you want them to have, and we'll go and we'll make the custom characters so that you can have a character in the series. I think it's really fun. It makes it a lot more fun for me when I have viewer designed characters to play with. And also, the characters in the game don't have like really detailed personalities for me to play around. When I'm doing story building and just out on an adventure and I have to make a decision, it's a lot more fun if I make a decision based off of a character's personality. So if you want to create a character and describe their personality, their interests, their likes, their gear, their weapons, things like that, the more detailed you are, the more fun it is for me. But you also don't have to be super detailed. You can just say like, hey, I want someone with this name. I want them to look roughly like this, and this is the type of weapons and armor. So it can be really simple. It can be really detailed. It's really up to you. If you want to have a claimed character. Right now, all of the characters in the Wayward crew are claimed. These are all viewer characters. And all of the town crew is unnamed, unclaimed. So any of these, you're welcome to claim and let me know how you want them changed. And they'll be part of the crew. And then they'll get individual housing and tasks and things like that. That will be much more interesting to play around. But for now, I'm thinking it's going to be Jin and Kagir in this building, and then Abuela and Heron in this building. And they'll be really close to where they work while they're in town. And when they leave town, they can, it doesn't matter. Those will just be empty buildings for now. The other building I added over here is kind of just a guard outpost. This was a perfect place to put a little shack. It actually sits level with the ground, which is more than I can say for most of our town building. And it's right outside what is essentially the back door to our village. This little chunk of wall, back when we couldn't fight really tough things and our entire away crew was gone, I think when we first built the donut, we only had like 5 villagers that would stay here when the away crew was out and about adventuring. So when cannibals came, what we used to do is we'd open the back door to the village and we'd just run out. The cannibals would come in, find nobody. They don't loot anything else. They just want people. They want bodies. So they would run around the village and then just leave. And then we'd come back in the back door once they left. And that was how we dealt with it. Nowadays, we just fight them and wipe them out with our town crew. Because our town crew has been doing stuff for so long alone that they are pretty darn strong. They are not as strong as the away crew because they've gone through special training, but the town crew is pretty darn strong, so I don't have to worry about going out the back door. But I do think leaving it here as a relic is kind of cool. So that's never going to change. We're going to have this little back door here, and now we have a little gatehouse to go with it. This area over here built up really fast, actually. Expecting that to take a little bit longer. What else do we have to do building-wise in town? Okay, we have a few things over here. I'm not really happy with how this layout is. First of all, I want to move the corpse furnace just out of sight. It's not a great thing to see when you first walk into town. It is a good warning to all the people that are constantly raiding us, but it's just not the most scenic thing. And same with the item furnace. Also, the item furnace doesn't make much sense to have there, so I put one over here. And also with the way it's turned, the smoke kind of like, it doesn't blow straight through a building. So I kind of like the way it is over there. I'm happy with that. It's closer to our items, so it kind of makes sense if we get iron from it, and the iron is all mostly used over here. So is Shifty stuck? I need to check this real quick. No, he's just using the John. Okay. Good to know. Sometimes characters get stuck when I do a lot of building, and then they'll starve if I don't keep track of them. So, a little bit of a detour, but important to do. This is a lot of raw iron. I have a feeling if I just dismantle this, the iron's going to vanish. So we're going to, again, just stuff it in people's inventories. Oh, I need to drop off a few things. Why do I have one of those backpacks? I really don't know. Just a random backpack there. Okay, Yuri, pick up the rest of this iron. And then we're going to dismantle this. And I'm actually going to have somebody do it. I don't know if dismantling this way actually gets you more materials than just clicking on it and clicking dismantle. I feel like it does, though. I could be completely wrong about that, but it just feels like it does. Yeah, probably not, actually. I mean, that's just 3 iron plates on the ground, so... yeah, I don't know. Next thing we want to get rid of is this, but I want to make sure we build this one, actually. I don't know why it's not being built. Can we do that? Don't have any building materials. What does it take? It just takes iron plates. Who has all those iron plates? There we go, Shifty. I think I need to, like, walk up to it. I think it's just not in a good pathing location, if I had to guess. Sometimes, yeah, you just need to micromanage the building a little bit. It's the other reason I don't do this on stream very often. See, normally a million other people would be running over here to help him, but they can't seem to path to this, which is a little bit weird. Because obviously they can walk up there. Shifty is there. It's fine. It'll be done in a second. Alright. So that one's complete. We're going to dismantle this. We'll just do it like that. I don't know why that's even an option to just like instant dismantle like that. Doesn't make much sense to me, but it is an option, so we're going to use it. Now, I want to get rid of this, and I did make a new one. Oh yeah, I added a water tank over here also by the prison because, again, I just think it makes sense. And it is useful here. It's functional, not just flavor, because they can fill this from the well, and then a bunch of the fields are right here. So if they need extra water and the well's not keeping up, which pretty much never happens, but if that's ever happening, we do have a water stockpile near the fields, which I like. All right. So we're going to empty this one. I need to find someone that has a backpack that can do this. Kenshi. Oof. Yeah, this is... let's have him stand like right here. And then we should be able to just click back and forth. We might not be able to completely empty it, but we could empty some of it. I just hate wasting resources sometimes. Sometimes I don't care because I know we have infinite production of it. So there's really no reason to be doing this other than it makes me feel better. Early game, this was a critical thing, but we're so far into the game and everyone does things so efficiently now that it's really not a concern anymore if I just deleted the resources entirely. So, we're going to dismantle this water tank. Do the jugs just fall out of it? No. So that is what I thought happened. The water that was stored in it just spills on the ground, I guess. All right. So now we have these nice, big, empty areas. And I think we might end up moving these outhouses too. We might move them over to this side. Because I think I want to put a building in right here. Let's look how the building fits. I just like filling in a little bit more between things. It makes it feel more alive. To have just buildings crammed in everywhere and being used. So having these big open areas doesn't make a ton of sense to me. If we had more decorative stuff we could do, if we could build a small market or something, like right here, that would be really neat because it is close to the entrance of the village. So it wouldn't be a bad place to have something like that, but yeah, not really an option. So one of these days I'll break down and I'll start getting modded things. I've been holding off with that as long as possible because I don't want to end up breaking the game. And adding mods to a game is a great way to like crash a world eventually. And I want this world to be something I can play on for a very extended period of time. So I want to just maximize stability, which is why we haven't branched into mods much. I'm thinking right about there. I think I'll be able to move it a little to the right more if I get rid of those outhouses. And I think putting the outhouses over here makes more sense anyway. So we'll move those. We are going to put a shack in over here too, though. I think this shack is going to be a storage place for either for loot when we get back, so I don't have to do a large loot sorting session in the middle of a stream, because that's just not fun for anybody. And if I just put them over here, then I can do that off stream, and that's not a problem. It's either going to be for that, or it's going to be for disguises. I do want to get boxes and boxes filled with disguises for various different missions. But I'm thinking of putting the disguises in our research building and then just random loot for me to sort off stream in this building. Do I want it on this side or do I want it over here? Do I want it right up against the wall? I guess is the question. Or do I want some space next to the wall? I kind of like the idea of having it right up against the wall. I like force people to go into the village further before they can go in and like in between and get to these walls back here. I do kind of want to block the view of our corpse furnace though when people walk in. Yeah, so now you can't really see it. You just see the steps back there and you don't know that that's for burning bodies. So I like that a little bit better. I like the way this building is kind of. It's a little bit sloped, but I'm going to live with it. So we're just going to confirm that. And then let's dismantle these outhouses. Come on. I know I had a hard time building this one before, so I don't think it's being difficult. So we're just gonna do it the cheesy way. What happens if you dismantle it while someone's using it? I feel like it might bug out the game, so we're not gonna do that. All right, outhouses are gone. Let's get the people out of the way. Come on. And then we can build some more buildings over here. Small house. Small shack. That's what it is. Ah, nice. This one sinks into the ground nice and deep. I always like it when they don't have super long ramps at the fronts of them. I do kind of want to fit it in here nicely, though. I want there to be enough room to walk behind it to get back here. Maybe I line up the fronts of the buildings. And that'll look organized. How's that look? Actually looks like it's sticking a little bit out just because it has a vertical front face. So maybe we'll line up like that. It is touching this building though, which is a little bit awkward. Yeah, let's back it off just a little bit so it doesn't look like it's touching. Are we really going to be able to do that at all? I guess that's fine. Confirm that. Go back to building. Buildings, outhouse. I'm going to put the outhouses over here now. Kind of like a little more accessible from the street. Don't want two of them. Yeah, spread them out a little bit. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. So these are the outhouses for the people who are working over here. These are the closest ones to them, which is a convenient thing to have. They don't have to walk back into the residential district and use any of the ones by the people's houses back here. I suppose there's two more over here that are kind of public. These are more for the pub. So people can go right outside there. So I like that we have two over there now. I'm just noticing that I don't really have many by these buildings. I suppose there's one over here, and that's not terrible to get to. It's a little far from this building, but that's okay. And this structure, so let's confirm those. This structure is going to be, I think, food storage. I actually could put water. I think it's like water and food, because the building right here, this used to be our main building. It's kind of the bunkhouse for all the villagers. That's how I think of it right now. It used to just be like our medical building, but yeah, it's a bunkhouse. We've got a lot of food production, a couple small tables, and then a bunch of beds up top. So this is where our townsfolk are bunking, the ones that don't have a home of their own. The unnamed characters, unclaimed characters. And I think we can go ahead. Shifty, are you stuck? Why is Shifty always stuck in an outhouse? Awkward. Let's get in here. I want to set up some storage. And I think this is just going to be loot storage, right? So best thing for that is just regular storage boxes. Storage, general storage, chests. That's what I'm looking for. And these ones are kind of a pain, so you want to lay all these down at the exact same time if you're going to try and crunch them in side by side. Wow, I actually got that rotated pretty nice on the first try. I think what we'll do, that doesn't really quite look rotated right. We'll tweak that next one a little bit. Doesn't look right on the back side, but it looks right on the front side. Okay. So we're going to put a couple side by side, and then we'll put a little gap. And this will just help us with our memory. If you put a line of like 7 of them all right next to each other, it's really hard to remember which one's which. But if I have a group of 2, and then like a group of 3 down on the end here, it's going to be way easier for me to remember where I put things. Again, it doesn't look perfectly rotated, so we'll tweak it a little bit. Yeah, we'll do a group of 3. I'll try and evenly space these. I like to add a little bit of jank to them so they don't look like they were like copy pasted, which obviously they were, but in the real world, they wouldn't be perfectly aligned. So it actually looks a little bit better if they're not perfectly lined up with each other. They are slightly, ever so slightly crooked. Again, that's just a nitpicky opinion thing of mine, but I don't know. I think it looks better. Lights, torch posts. Let's get some lights in here. We'll put lights right between the boxes. Again, that'll just be like a visual help indicator for that. I'm going to put a light back here. So we have some lights kind of in this alleyway. I like the idea of that. And then a torch back by the furnace here. So if anyone has to walk back there, they can at least see. Put a torch right between the outhouses. One by this door. Where else are we missing lights? I think I remembered to put lights around most of this other stuff. I think adding another one in there wouldn't be bad, and maybe even over here. This looks like the area where they would actually work the device. Oh my gosh. Zoom went a little crazy there for a second. So I think that will look good. We'll put the light... I don't like lights right at corners. Maybe we'll just go like that. And we'll back this one off. So they aren't standing in the light when they're operating the machine. The light's kind of a little bit behind them. We put lights in this stuff. We'll work on the interiors some other time. Do we have a light in this alleyway anymore? I think I removed it to put this in. So we're going to put a light. Yeah, we'll put a light right here. So it's kind of like zigzagged. So there's one there, there, and there. I think that'll look good. Anything else? I thought we had a light back here, but it doesn't look like it was built. So maybe I forgot to complete that one. So we're going to add another light there. And I think that will be good enough. Let's let all those finish up. If you have any ideas of areas that need decoration or how I should decorate them, what kind of buildings I should add to town, please let me know. I love doing these types of things, but yeah, I'd like to hear input if you have any. I also feel like there should be something right here. This feels very empty, this spot. Like, oddly. There would definitely be a pile of something back here, right? If you were in a village. Maybe, what am I close to? Maybe building materials. It's kind of piled, they're kind of piled all over the place right now. That kind of makes sense to me. You'd have like a pile of some stuff back. It's just a good nook for stacking some stuff where it's out of sight, but it's kind of close to buildings that might need to use it. Also, wouldn't be a bad place for a water tank, but we have those in other places. So we're going to put a building materials thing here and then another light. We'll have just a torch, simple torch post right here. Actually, maybe right by the staircase. yeah, that kind of makes sense to me, and it's kind of out of the way too. You're never going to be walking right there, but it will be useful right there. All right, cool. There's another weird nook back here, but I don't know what to put there, so if you got an idea, let me know. This might be another good spot for like another storage bin like this, where it's mostly just decorative. Like this will actually fill up with building materials, but we don't need. We have like 100,000 building material boxes in the base here, and most of them are strictly for like decoration, I think. I don't know. We don't have a lot of options for decorative boxes and bins, so just kind of been using whatever I think will look good in the location. Let's do a little bit more in this building. I think I really just want to line this with food storage. We have these green fruit barrels, which are just kind of sitting outside. This is a little bit far from the green fruit. This is our green fruit down here. But it still kind of bothers me that I have these barrels outside. And these barrels are currently empty. I think it would look better if I moved all of these barrels inside. And if I really want to put decoration in these areas, I can put something else in there. I actually wish I could fit the well into this nook. That would be really nice, but I know it doesn't fit. I tried to do that ages ago. So we're going to remove some of these barrels. Maybe we'll leave that one. Just clean up the exterior a little bit so it doesn't look crazy cluttered how these buildings used to be. This box still kind of bothers me. The box is right in the fronts of these buildings. But functionally, those are actually great locations for them to be, so I'm going to leave them. For now, at least. Next time I look at them, they might bother me even more, so I might end up moving them. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to put our wheat straw storage in here. I know we have some out here as well. That's constantly empty, but we're going to put some in this building. And we can put... Ooh, do we have... What do we have in here? Okay, so we have some straw flour storage. This is our old tavern. I guess this is our private gathering room still. Our private gathering building. And then our actual public pub is this huge building over here. So this one still gets use, not nearly as much as this one, though. This is the bunkhouse. Oh my gosh, Molly, go in the door. What are you doing? You like figure out how to walk inside? This is the bunkhouse. And we do have a lot of food storage in here, but it would be good to have a little bit more nearby. All right. Build, storage, food storage is the most important. So we're going to stick a couple of those right by the door. And then there's a bread basket, right? Where is it? Bread basket. Put a couple of bread baskets also kind of like in a row here. We're going to rotate this middle one slightly again so it doesn't look too artificial. The barrels are not as big of a deal. And then we're going to go for flour storage. So the more processed stuff is near the front, and I think the less processed stuff is going to go in the back. I think I want to put these in this direction. We'll rotate this one 180 so it looks nicer. Wait, is it mirrored anyway? Looks really kind of funky, actually. It almost looks the same. It is slightly different, though, so we'll put that like that. And then storage, straw flour, wheat straw, that's what it's called. So wheat straw is going to go... Hope I can fit 3 of these. It's not going to want to do it, is it? Come on. Ugh. Put it way out there. That's not what I want. It's not going to let me fit 3 of these, is it? I can move all this down. I don't really want to do that either. Okay, maybe we just put it in a row along the back wall. We leave a little bit of open space. We put a little wall in, or a shelf or something, make it look a little better. Okay, so 2 of those, and then green fruit. So put, ooh, I'm not gonna be able to fit 2 green fruit barrels, am I? No! Dang it. Let's try and cram these in there a little bit better. I think I can do it. I think I can get all the barrels I want. Man, what is wrong with these barrels? They do not want to be placed next to each other. Why do they take up so much space? Are they just rotated funny? Maybe that's it. Ah, okay. So at this angle, I can get them closer together, I think. It's like the science of Tetrising decorations. Okay, there we go. And then this one, let's test it to see what angle. There we go. I think that's the best angle I'm going to get. Please. No. No. Gosh dang it. Maybe if I start from this side, I'll be able to get them in. Hey. With room to spare. Okay, let's scoot this one over, and then we can maybe scoot this one over. Oh my gosh. Let's confirm that before I screwed up. Now, that is a beautiful thing. Lots of storage for all of our different types of food. There's one more thing I want to put in here. I want either a shelf or a wall right here. I think that would look good. Let's try interior wall first. The problem with the interior walls is they have these big feet on them. I really should have placed it. Shoot, it's not going to be placeable now. Because these stupid people spots are in the way. F. Do I dismantle these? I might not be able to place these again, though. This is the problem. Like, once they get placed, these little standing points become blockers. And you can't place stuff where the people can stand. That's why I try and place everything all at once, because I wouldn't be able to place them like that. Dang. I should have put something in there, but maybe it's just best to have it as is. Not going to complain. It's pretty close. It's 90% of what I want. Eventually, I might go back and tidy that up. I'll have to dismantle things and then rebuild them. That's just life. I probably won't ever do it. I'm being completely honest. It's probably going to just stay like that. I'm happy enough. We have special goods for you, no-hivers. You know what? I'm in a good mood. Let's go talk to this guy. Don't be shy. Come look. Actually, there's a few things I do want to buy from these guys. Wait, why? Agnew. Can you? Okay, Shifty, come talk to this guy. There we go. Can Agnew just not talk? Is that the problem? He's got a bunch of research artifacts. What I was looking for was the lanterns. Lanterns of Radiance. I want to get every single towner to have a Lantern of Radiance, so that when they're running around, they're never working in the dark. Because it's just impossible, because they have a lantern on them. It's actually a really nice thing to do, especially for farmers. Then you don't have to put lights around the farms, and they're never working in the dark in the farms. So they get their maximum efficiency without you having to have the torch posts everywhere like I currently do, which I think looks a little bit weird by the farms when they're lit up at night. It doesn't make any sense really. Like, why are you spending extra energy burning lanterns for plants? Probably screws the plants up too, because now they're getting light 24/7. Granted, torchlight is nothing compared to sunlight, but still, it just always seemed a little bit weird. So eventually, I'm going to get lanterns of radiance for everyone, and I might just remove all the torch posts that are specifically for the farms. We might line kind of like a street with torch posts, but yeah, it's just one of those things that's always bothered me, and I've never really been able to get rid of without cutting into our efficiency significantly. All right. I think that finishes off our base building. So we can move on to our next mission, which I'm excited about. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I think I'm going to create a new squad. And let's just add a squad. I'll name it... Mission. No, I like Wayward. Wayward's going to remain our crew that's out adventuring. It's always going to be the Wayward. Town is going to be remain the ones that are unnamed because they're never going to leave town. And then I'm going to have an in-between one, which I guess I'm going to call Vacation. Because it's the people that they're part of the Wayward crew, the named characters, but they're just chilling in town on vacation. Doesn't make sense. I guess it's like staycation. maybe we should call it that. Break time. I'm just gonna call it vacation. We'll think of a better name for that group. If you have a better idea, let me know. I'm always lacking good ideas, I feel like. I also feel bad because these guys are gonna get out of order and it's gonna really throw me off again. I think what I'll do is I'll take Shifty and Kenshi as the supervisors. And then just the people that have bounties. So these 5 have bounties, I believe. Let's click through them. So Flan. Oh no, there we go. Flan, let's rearrange. Flan, Yuri, Kegier, Cassandra, and Sand Assassin have bounties. Let's make sure they're with the right faction. Let's get rid of this. I think I have it right. So this is United Cities. United Cities. Kegier, United Cities for assault and kidnapping. Cassandra, oh my gosh, wait, she has the most... She might not have the highest bounty, but she has the longest list of offenses. Burglary, theft, assault, looting, and trespassing. Oh man. The Sand Assassin has by far the highest bounty for burglary, assault, and kidnapping. Kidnapping is the one that did it because he's the guy that kidnapped the diplomats. I believe it's our slaver diplomats are the ones that he kidnapped. So he got caught kidnapping Slave Master Grande and Lady Tsugi. So that's why his bounty is substantially higher than the others, even though the others might have more offenses. Burglary, assault, kidnapping, theft, assault, terrorism. Apparently terrorism's not as bad as kidnapping. Wait, they all kind of have kidnapping, don't they? Jeez. What have I been doing? Cassandra's like the only one without kidnapping. And that's because she just assaults people in their sleep instead of picking them up and carrying them off. Oh my gosh. Well, interesting. We won't dwell on that too much. All right, y'all are going to assemble. Assemble the crew. Where's everyone else? Why are they so slow? Somebody's like weighed down with something, aren't they? Could just like, can I just throw these rocks on the ground? Thank you. Oh. Okay, gear. Okay. We're just gonna do this the easy way. Okay, gear's just gonna offload his rocks. You don't need those. Sand Assassin. I guess Sand Assassin kind of needs all of the arrows. Probably not that many, though. Also, when they're doing their thing... Wait, where do I put the arrows? Let's put them over here. They're in this building, right? There we go. When we're turning these guys in, I actually have outfits for them to wear, for them to blend in with the slaves that they're pretending to be. So we're going to turn jobs off, passive hold, while we set up their inventories. And hopefully, somebody has been working on the outfits. Okay, here they are. Sweet. I should have more of them. Alright, we'll just give an outfit to each of the characters that's going to be wearing one. We're still missing something. Where did they put the last couple outfits? Ah, here's a pair of pants. And then Flan. There's a pair of pants for him. There should be a shirt. There should be some more rag shirts somewhere. Is it in somebody's inventory? Let's see, whose inventory would it be in? It would be in Jin? There it is. Okay. So, Wayward Flan talk to Jin. There we go. Everyone has the rags that they're going to have to wear when we turn them in as slaves. I'm going to take all of their gear off and I'm going to hand it over to Shifty and Kenpachi. I think we'll try and just put all of their gear in their own bag and then we'll just carry the bags. Can I put a bag in a... No. So I'm going to need one more supervisor so that we have enough people to carry all of their bags full of all of their gear. Shifty Kenpachi. I'm trying to pick people that won't offend the United Cities. I think Kenpachi will kind of blend in because he's a samurai. And Shifty just doesn't have a bounty. So I don't know if they're going to hate... I know they don't really hate hivers because aren't there like diplomatic hivers for the United Cities? I don't think they discriminate based off of race. They're just like class-based. I'm tempted to bring Amiltraz with because Amiltraz is just a big tanky character. So let's bring Amiltraz for this mission. I'm trying to pick like some beefier, tankier people in case we get in a fight and these guys can't fight because they're currently pretending to be prisoners. I want to pick people that are going to be able to handle themselves as a small group. And while some of the other characters are pretty strong, they also take more damage. Like Zack, they just can't wear as much armor. So I'm bringing some of the tankier characters with to be the escort. How do I get where the action? How do I open this? I guess I just click on one of these. There's a hotkey for opening squads. I just have no idea what it is. All right, so Amiltraz, you're part of the group now. And we'll turn your jobs off for a second. All right, now we just need food. Food for this crew while they're away. Let's see. Food cubes. I hope I have more food cubes somewhere. I know I've been feeding them all to my prisoners, but... Ah, here we go. I don't know how long this mission's going to take, so I'm actually going to bring a crazy amount of food. We'll get 4 stacks for you and 4 stacks for you. I think that'll be enough. It'll also be interesting to do a mission with only 8 people. We've been doing missions with twice as many usually. So I'm not sure how that's going to go. What's going on here? Why are there paladins out here? Oh, there's an inquisitor. Interesting. The other thing I want, before I go, I almost forgot about this, and this is a critical part of our mission. I want disguises. So, Shifty, we're going to disguise ourselves as United Cities. Like, fully gear up in disguises. And then we're going to carry in, this is the plan. I don't know if it's going to work. We're going to carry in our guys that have bounties to like a prisoner or something and try and turn them in at a prison disguised as United Cities to get their bounties. No idea if this is going to work, but that's the plan. I'm realizing now that I don't have enough room to carry all of their backpacks and all of my gear if I want to switch back into it. So, as much as I hate to do it, I think I'm going to have some people switch into faction uniforms now. The faction uniforms aren't as good, that's for sure, as my stuff. This one's pretty good though, not gonna lie. It's high grade, special grade. That one doesn't really count, does it? Because it's homemade. K-gear, how do I check to see if they're in a disguise? Disguise none. If I take that off. So, United Cities only 60%, really. It is 60% even with the helmet on. How do I get a better disguise? I take my backpack off? I think I need a helmet. I think I need a United Cities helmet, which we can steal a samurai helmet. There'll be somebody along the way that we can take a helmet off of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this helmet as well. We're just going to have to remember that this is Gear's actual set, or Kenpachi's actual set. Shifty can carry his for now and switch into it when we're doing the critical thing. And I'd like the Ameldraz to do the same, honestly, but maybe we just have all of the food be carried by Kenpachi. We'll drop off the... Oh. I traded that the wrong direction. All right. Kenpachi has all of it. Ameldraz is going to drop off their food. And then Ameldraz is just going to grab a different backpack. And then that way Ameldraz can carry their alternate armor in the backpack when they get it. It's going to have to be stuff that we loot along the way. I think that'll be fine. Okay. I think we're ready to leave. Finally ready to leave. Not going to worry about what's happening in town anymore. I'm going to do one quick check to make sure nobody's stuck. The way we're going to do that is we'll just box everyone and tell them to run here. And that looked like everyone to me, so I think we're good. Now, I don't know where we're going to have to go to turn these guys in. That is the big question mark still for me. Wait. Stick together, guys. You can turn your jobs back on and turn passive and hold off. I do want you to run together. I'm not sure why you're not running together, but one of you, Gear, is very confused. Okay, no longer confused. Excellent. Yes, I don't know if I'll be able to turn them in at Stoat, or if I'll have to walk all the way down to like Brink or somewhere else to try and turn them in. I really don't know how this works with the United Cities. For the Holy Nation, I'm pretty sure you can turn them in at the hub. I think the hub is like their main capital or something. I don't know. There's a couple places that you can turn them in. But I have no idea how it works for United Cities, so we're going to be exploring a bit. Probably trying to figure that out. I really hope this works. I hope I can just pick up my own guys and turn them in for bounties. Be wild. I'm going to have to offload all their weapons and gear before I do that and put them in their peasant rags, because I think anything else will get stolen from them when they become prisoners. And I don't want to lose their gear. I just want to offload their gear temporarily. Are these guys United Cities? Escaped Servant, Holy Nation Outlaws. This guy's got a nice bow. I think it's just a regular bow, but... Okay. Okran's Fist. Let's just head straight to Stoat. That looks like a paladin group. We're gonna avoid fighting anyone that's not... Okay, I thought they were chasing me, but they're not. We're gonna... Oh! Ah! No, run, 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 run. Okay. This should be United Cities. So I should be able to get some helmets that are faction uniforms from this group of people. I think. So this might not be a bad group to actually fight. We are a small group now, though. So it'll be interesting to do these little battles. I should have at least given Kenpachi a helmet to carry. But we're gonna fight this group because we need their outfits. So we're gonna slow it down. Let's just hang out here for a second. And attack all. This is gonna be a much more difficult fight than normal because there's much fewer of us. So they actually have the numbers advantage. And I'm tempted to try and keep Yuri and Sand Assassin at range. I don't think it's going to work super well, though. All right. We're doing all right. Yeah, we are just chopping them. Definitely going to win the fight. But it's a little scarier than it normally would be. Sanders doing good. Nice. I think that's almost everyone. Okay. Kenpachi with his missing helmet still is in great condition. Let's see if we can get some gear off of them. So this guy has a helmet. This is a faction uniform. It's terrible armor, but it is a faction uniform. We'll see if we can find some better stuff. We'll just put that right on Kenpachi so that he at least has a helmet. Again, it's shoddy grade. Emiltraz, come get this shirt. We might not find a lot of faction uniform shirts, so we'll try and grab one when we see it. Here's a helmet that they can wear. Trying to find the best gear I can. We're gonna have to fight some tougher samurais, I think, to try and get slightly better disguises. Ooh, this is not a bad helmet, actually. It's better than this one. Oh, here's a standard grade chest plate. Okay. Here's some standard grade pants. Like hobbling together a faction uniform out of some garbage. We'll take the boots for now, and when we find better ones, we'll switch to them. What does Shifty have? High grade, high grade, high grade, junk grade. So I need a better helmet. Actually, I need a couple better helmets, if I can find them. Ah, here's some better boots for Amiltraz. At least standard grade for everything, that's the goal. Either the Holy Nation or the Empire can get a foothold here. What is this chatter about? Dialogue. Drac, it's empty. That's from town. I always read that like it's part of the conversation, but it's just people back in town shouting, it's empty, because they're trying to do their job. All right, Amiltraz says, be still. I assume they're patching each other up. Flan, poor beast, a land where life is wiped clean as soon as it starts to grow. Oh, like a trampled seedling, so tragic. Neither the Holy Nation nor the Empire can get a foothold here. I guess they're talking about... I mean, we're right in between a bunch. Oh, I guess they're talking about this area. This is all just ravaged towns and the Holy Nation fighting against the other ones. What are they called? I don't know. United Cities. Which, oddly enough, didn't they just call the United Cities the Empire? I assume they mean the United Cities when they say the Empire. Alright, let's head this direction. We have disguises now. They're not the best. We could use some better helmets, but they're okay. We should be able to get 100% in disguise. What about these characters? Tech Hunters. The Tech Hunters are one of the few factions that I think we're friends with. Once again, I think Flan is singing and getting rocks thrown at him. We don't need to read that text. We've read that one before. What's going on out here? Wait, I've never seen this. Let's go check out these weird ruins. Also, who is this? Is this the guy? Oh, no. For a second, I thought it was the guy who we freed from prison, who's just been running around in this desert for years. The guy we freed from Tengu's vault. We're not terribly far from there. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw him. Just sprinting about. These look like ancient tech ruins out in the desert here. What's this group of people? Look like bandits. Starving vagrants. Okay. This is an interesting starfish looking thing. I wonder what it was. Some cool piece of tech that was out here. Some more lonely souls. Outlaw swordsmen. Alright, we've reached our first village. I need to get close enough. We're going to sit right behind this sand dune. I need to get close enough to look around in the village and see if there's like a police headquarters or something to that effect. I don't know what it would be. But I need something where I can turn people in. Let's move right over here. Alright. A general shop's not going to do the trick. Ranger shop. Slave shop. I don't think selling them into slavery is going to work. Maybe the barracks? Weapons, farm, noble house, police. Hey, police. That should be where I do it. Oh, we got lucky. I think this is going to work in the first location we have. The police are closed at night, though, which seems counterproductive, because most of the villainy occurs at night. At least the crimes committed by me are mostly committed at night, so I don't know what the deal is with that. Do we have... Ooh. Ooh. My nemesis. Dude, I hate these guys. These guys killed Krazel. And Krazel is who Beep turned into. So these guys killed Beep. These noble hunters. This is not the one I want to hunt down. But I'm tempted to hunt them anyway. The problem with that is I might end up with bounties on my 3 guys that don't currently have bounties. So perhaps we need to let this one slide. Ooh, these would be probably really good outfits, though. Oh, noble captains. I bet these disguises would be epic. We could free these slaves, too. Flick and paste. This is not the mission we set out on, but I think it's the mission we are committing to at this moment. Oh, do I do it? I can't just let them walk by. These are the pinnacle of evil, almost. These guys will just shoot at you because you exist. So I think the trick is going to be Sand Assassin is going to get his bounty up even more. We are going to sneak, and Sand Assassin is going to very calmly try and KO this entire crew. We're going to free these slaves. We're going to try and KO them from the back to the front. I was right. These are good uniforms. They don't have helmets, though, unfortunately. These guys have hoods, though. Dude, we're going to knock them all out. Let's go. I have a 100% success chance, so, like, there's just a matter of time. They're walking, and the footsteps of the guards behind them are just getting quieter. They don't understand why, but it's because all the guards are getting knocked out. We have the perfect cover of, like, darkness and a sandstorm. It's excellent. Sand Assassin is living up to their name. I wish there were multiple animations. Look at them just Naruto running back here. You don't know it, but your time is limited, mister. Donk. Am I really free? Is this real? Yes. Unlock shackles. Yo. Gratitude. I almost just stealth KO'd him. Unlock shackles. Wait. You're not allowed to loot them. You're not, no. I want to loot them. Because I earned this. Actually, these long swords are really valuable. Blackened chain shirt. We'll let them steal the person's clothes. I don't really care about the clothes. All right, let's unlock the shackles for this person. Sand Assassin, you're doing Wonderful work over here. Should you stop moving so I can do this? Don't walk so fast, please. You did it! Right, so 2 more people have been set free. I kind of hope everyone stays KO'd for a minute. I need to loot them all. I don't really care about much of their gear. I just want their like the good helmets. Amiltraz. These are kind of cool. So these are United Cities, and these are faction uniform United Cities, but they're Empire samurai armor, which sounds cooler. So it's what we're doing. Why are you so slow, Amiltraz? I guess sneaking. Wait, is this guy gonna follow me now? That's sick. I love it when the prisoners actually follow you after you set them free. I think he's just gonna hang out with Sand Assassin. Alright, so this is much cooler armor, so we're gonna take it. Wait, are these the same? They're the same. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is supposed to be. That's a better armor, so we'll take that one. We're gonna drop that helmet. Wait, why did I pick that back up? I don't need that. So, faction uniform, United Cities. Guess that's an okay helmet. Maybe one of these guys has a better... What is it called? Just a higher quality regular set like these guys. Maybe they have a high value one. I should be taking their swords and throwing them on the ground, so that when they get up, they don't have them. I don't know if they can just pick them up again. I don't know how that works, but I feel like maybe they won't. Okay, yeah, this guy needs a better helmet. I'm a little bit worried that... Oh no, it does say now 100% disguise. I was a little worried that mixing and matching the outfits, even though they're all United Cities, wasn't gonna work well, but I think it's fine. Ooh, this guy's got the high grade chest plate. Amiltraz will take that. Amiltraz is really slow when they're sneaking. I don't know what the deal is. They just weighed down? That's probably what it is. Take that. I think I'll just drop this for now. So the first guy we knocked out should have the best gear because he was the captain. Ooh, this is a full chain. That's even better. Nothing special about that guy. So this one, I think, might be the promising one. Aha! High grade. Very nice. I kind of want to keep more sets of this in case we decide to bring more people. But I don't think I have the room. I don't have the inventory room to do this. High. Standard. High grade. I think I can still fit it, though. Noble Captain. Didn't get a better helmet, but that's okay. We have pretty good gear. like we just move away now. Ooh. That guy's gonna be following us. He actually might be a problem. I just want to move far enough away from these guys that when they wake up, they don't see me. Freedom! Oh wait, this guy joined my crew. Should I tell him to stick with me? I think we do. I think we take this guy. This will be our 30th character, though, which means we won't be able to get a new character until somebody dies, which hopefully never happens, but is always a possibility. I was leaving that one slot open in case someone said they wanted a character, but they didn't want any of the ones I had. I could have gone out and hunted them one, but you know what? I kind of like this. We freed this guy. Let's tell him to hang out with us. Stick with me. I could use your strength. Stick with me. Let's come back for their heads. I could use your strength. Or sister of the Shek, anything. What do you want of me? So he is very pleased with Amaltrez, I guess. Amaltrez is a sister of the Shek, I believe. Or maybe that was... No, Sand Assassin. Sand Assassin's a Shek as well. And he's the one that freed them. Huh. Maybe that's why this one decided to stick with us, because it's also a Shek and it was freed by a Shek. I wonder if we freed the other one, or if we freed them both with humans, if the human would have tried to follow us too. It's either that, or it could be because... oh gosh. It could be... the... I'm just gonna grab stuff. I can't think and talk at the same time. It could be because we only had one crew member like slot available. That's where I was going. I'm not entirely certain, but this guy is gonna get a decent set of gear here and some bandages from these guys. And he also is going to be completely in disguise, except that his disguise is already blown because they knew he was a prisoner somehow. Ooh, actually, that's an even better sword. Nice. I didn't realize that one of them had a pretty good sword. I could also make him ranged, but I feel like it's fitting for him to just take all the samurai gear. I think his disguise will be blown for like a specific period of time. Got caught stealing, eh? Well, time to get your first battle in. Flick is breaking in his sword skills by fighting his former captor. Oh god, they're all up. Okay, people with bounties. Come assist our friend. I'm glad I took most of their weapons away. Wait, why? Ah. I'm like, why is only Flan coming to the rescue? I didn't actually want to fight these guys, but this is what we're dealing with. All right. Flan should... Time to try out my new bow. Actually, you can't because I stole it. Because I knew you were dangerous with that thing. Oh my gosh. This person just got destroyed. I don't know if it was an arrow that did it or a sword, but... Oh. A friendly neighborhood skimmer arrives in the middle of battle. K-Gear? Yeah, you know what? Just maybe let it attack them. Cassandra? No, 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 no. That, dude, that skimmer just bit Cassandra's head really hard. Okay, K-Gear, you know what? Tag back in. I don't want somebody dying. K-Gear, you have decent armor, so maybe... Gosh, that's brutal. Well, Flick is, he's gonna have a rough time for a little bit. Actually, someone might have to carry Flick for a moment. And I need to go to squad and move Flick over to here, because he's not currently... yeah, he doesn't currently have a bounty. He's an escaped slave, but... Alright, let's, I don't know who's limping. It's still Flick. I thought I told Amiltrez to pick you up. There we go. Now we can run fast again. Okay, I think the plan, now that it's day, is we throw on our uniforms. And we go try and get these bounties. Let's just stuff that. So, this guy's fine. Let's just drop that. We need the inventory space. Do I want... I guess we'll take the high grade stuff. We'll wear the shiny gear. Oh, so, okay, so in disguise, Kenpachi doesn't say he's in disguise anymore, even though he's fully kitted out in faction uniform. Gosh, Amiltrez looks so funny with this on. I haven't seen Amiltrez's face in so long. I still don't see their face. There's... Put Flick down for a second, please. Look at that. Wild. Do you look better in this? I kind of like that. Not that it matters, but it's kind of weird how the horns are clipping through. But I like the hood. Seeing more of the face is kind of cool. I feel like wearing hoods is also... It gotta make sense when you're like in a disguise. You don't want anyone that isn't in front of you to be able to see your face. So the hood covers you from like the sides and whatnot. So if someone's in front of you, you can tell if they're looking at you. You can kind of like hide your face if it looks like they're going to turn towards you, or like pull your hood down. I suppose if you're short, a cap kind of works the same, but I just always look goofy, so not much I can do about that. All right. Flick, currently an escaped slave. I think I just have him stay here for now. He has no jobs. Man, that's weird. Maybe I should give him the bow. Did I take the bow? Or did I throw it on the ground? Oh, I did take the bow. Hmm. We'll have them learn how to use a bow. Why not? Yeah. Make him ranged too. So his disguise is currently blown because he's a prisoner, escaped prisoner. I think that status should go away slowly. I don't know how long it's going to take. Okay. Next order of business. I do think I'm going to have to drop some of this stuff. Ooh, specialist. Oh, it's stolen from the hunter, though. Okay, we need to drop that. Because I need to be able to take all of this and put it in here. So that I don't lose any of it. We don't have room. We need to drop that. Take that. Okay. Hopefully we don't have to fight anyone for the next little bit. Because my characters are not going to be wearing any gear. Oh my gosh. It's a little bit terrifying. Taking all their gear off while I'm out and about. Probably should have waited a little bit longer to make sure those enemies were leaving. Alright, Cassandra is... Oh my gosh, I haven't seen Cassandra's face in a super long time either. Oh, it's like a dust storm. They're all covering their eyes. Well, hopefully it helps with the disguises. Okay, Cassandra's ready to be turned in as a prisoner. Let's get one more. Yeah, it does say my disguises are like 100%. So they should be good. Good enough. K-Gear. I don't know how I'm going to get K-Gear stuff offloaded. I guess I could offload it onto Flick. Because there isn't room in his bag for all of his stuff. Which is kind of a problem. Okay, so Flick is currently carrying a bunch of his stuff. Why do I... What? What did I just do? There we go. That's what I wanted. I just traded the wrong direction and it confused me so much. Oh, Yuri also has the wrong kind of bag. Dang it. Shoot. Okay, Amiltraz is in disguise. Can he take some of Yuri's stuff? Namely the things that will absolutely not fit in Yuri's bag. So this is going to be really tricky to try and offload all their stuff. I might have needed more people to do this. I think this is enough to carry the bag. The bag is 5 wide. Shoot. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do this. We'll figure it out. pants can go in here. And one of these can go in here. And then we should have enough room to put the bag there. And we still have Flan to deal with. But I think Flan should have enough room in his bag to put all of his gear in his bag. Easy. Now I just need someone to be able to carry his bag. And Kenpachi looks like he can do that. Oh man, I need to take people's helmets off more often. I just keep forgetting how silly some of our characters look. Like, no wonder these guys have bounties. Like, how are you ever going to mistake Yuri as anybody else? Like, of course he has a bounty. And Flan, look at this man. Blue mustache, blue hair. Probably the only person in all of the world that looks like that. Wild. Cassandra doesn't stand out as much. I mean, her hair isn't anime hair, so. Dude, look at how ripped. Look at how ripped these guys are. Oh my god. Dude, Kig, here, put your clothes back on, man. Jeez, it's like the Hulk. Oh, man. Wild. Absolutely wild. Is there anything on the ground that we actually want? I can't carry them all in at once, unfortunately, because I only have 3 people to carry. So we're going to start with... we'll just go from the front to the back. So we'll pick up Flan. Yuri. You guys ready for this this thing? It's so weird turning in my own people, but I think I'm gonna get away with it. And then they're gonna have the 5 people that were like selling them for their bounties. They're gonna have like an escape mission to like get away. What is happening here? I mean, I'm glad these guys aren't attacking me. These gate guards. Not sure why they aren't attacking me. If they can beat Igor, they can beat an Empire soldier. Yeah, true. What are they talking about? I like how they talk all the time about how we've defeated Igor. And we're like this mysterious faction that beat Igor. Samurai Gate Sergeant. Looks like they got away this time. The gate guard says, if they can beat Igor, they can beat an Empire soldier. So it looks like they saw us, but they're just like turned a blind eye because we're known to have beat Igor. Okay, now they're done. They're done turning a blind eye. I guess what I do is I have the slaves. Let's put them down. And then we have these guys because they have no weapons. Let's just put them on passive and hold. And just move them back. The rest of us... where's Flan? Okay. So the rest of us can stop sneaking and just attack this guy. I hate to do this because I think I might get bounties attacking the gate guards. Also, for some reason, they seem to remember you for a short bit if you've attacked them. So it says like we're in disguise, but like, I don't know how... Ah! Dude, this place is so chaotic. We need to move. I feel like we're in a path where like a ton of people are constantly walking by. I think it's gonna be a problem. Flick is not having a good time. His leg's just mauled. Hopefully he gets better at using his bow. Alright. Let's try this again. These guys just sneak. Yeah, like I need you to just not be seen. Where can I go where they won't be seen? Maybe over here. And we're going to carry these guys in. Let's turn our sneak off. All right, so the plan is to just be in disguise. And then because these guys are being carried, hopefully I won't get aggro. You know? I really don't know if that's how this is going to play out. And it might be really bad if it doesn't play out that way. Let's, you know, let's just do one at a time here. Let's just take Shifty and see if Shifty can walk in. We'll slow it down. Because if they react, I want to be able to run as fast as possible. United Cities, yeah. Okay, so like I'm in disguise. Oh, that's the escaped slave. This is the guy I freed. So he doesn't seem to notice at all. As long as I'm carrying... Like, the people who are being carried just aren't in the detection category. So I'm going to walk in with the other guys while we get up to here. Because I do want to try and do this relatively quickly so we can start escaping as soon as possible. We're going to, in fact, move our other crew a little bit closer. We're just going to be multitasking here for a second. Okay, so... I don't know who to talk to. Do they have cages? Can I just put people in cages for bounties? I think I did this before and it worked. Because I'd like to talk to this guy, but I can't. Because they're enemies. Awkward place to be auto-saving. Yeah, I wish I could talk to them because I'm in a disguise, you know? Or maybe... Yeah, it only lets me attack. He doesn't seem to mind my existence. Let's see if we can just... put Flan in a cage and get the money. And we didn't get money. Did we? 66266. That's a lot of sixes. Fitting, I suppose, for our crew. Yeah, I don't know what the deal was. Like, can you just pick that lock? I really can't talk to them. And I don't know why. They did just detect that I escaped and start running around suddenly. Where are my other guys? Looks like they're about to enter the gate. Doesn't look like they're having any problems with that. I wish I could talk to them. But I think because my faction is enemies with their faction, I can't talk to them to turn in bounties. I definitely didn't get the bounty when... I mean, he's technically an escaped prisoner now. But I don't think I got the bounty money. We'll see if either of these other two characters can talk. I think it's a faction-based thing, so... I don't think it's going to work for any of my characters. But we'll find out. Maybe we just sit on the bench, wait our turn. Don't mind me, I've just got a prisoner, you know, that I'd like to turn in. I hear you guys have been looking for this person. Yeah, the only option I get is to attack them. That's a little bit frustrating. This is the guy I'm supposed to talk to normally, though, the police chief. He's a shopkeeper. Maybe I can't get my bounties. Let's try this again and we'll just watch the numbers. Right? So we'll turn in Yuri, or we'll just put him in the cage. Normally you get a little pop-up. I just wasn't paying good enough attention last time, which is on me. Usually you get a little pop-up that says like money acquired. I don't know where it pops up, if it's like the center of your screen, but my money should go up by 13,000. It did not. It definitely did not give me money. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. It's weird because they're like aware that he's there. Wait, why is Kenpachi getting attacked? Over here. Oh. Is my disguise? Oh, my disguise is blown. Okay. Shifty. Ah! I think Amiltraz is fine. Oddly enough, Amiltraz's disguise seems to be fine. Oh no, is Amiltraz's disguise blown? No, Amiltraz is fine. Sodding criminals. I think Amiltraz's disguise is blown too. It's turning into a disaster, dang it. Alright, so I'm gonna put down Flan. So that Flan can just run on his own. Prisoner escape. Oh, is it because I was carrying off the prisoner? I bet that's what it was. That's gotta be what was happening. I think K-Gear and Amiltraz are fine. I think I was caught carrying off Flan. Oh, see, this is dangerous for Flan because Flan has no gear. Oh, no. Oh, the plan is backfiring. Flan's unconscious. That's fine. They can recapture Flan. As long as they don't capture Shifty... I'm slower than them. How encumbered am I? I'm crazy encumbered. Okay, so... Here's the plan. Drop those. I can run faster. K-Gear can come pick them up. Land can escape. This is going to turn into some wild micromanaging, I think, here. Okay, Yuri is picking his lock. Kenpachi, can you just help him? Shifty, run. No. Uh-oh. Shifty's and the crap beat out of him. Oh, my legs. My left leg's toast. Okay. I think if I put these in the backpack, I drop the backpack, they won't get stolen? I know it gives me nothing to fight back with, but I think I'm kind of SOL on the fighting back thing. Okay. I need... Gear can't pick that up. Flan, what are you... Flan? Oh, yeah, that's right. They captured Flan again. Okay, don't need those guys getting yelled at. It looks like they're gonna carry Shifty back. I'm just unconscious, so that's not the end of the world. Okay, Gear's just gonna hang out here, and then we're gonna pick up these bags as soon as I can safely put... Amiltraz is gonna put K-Gear down when these guys clear out. And then I should be able to pick up those bags. So I have my gear still. How are these guys doing over here? Fine. They're going to work their way around to the other side. Might take a little bit, but that's what they're going to do. I don't know why these guys are heading in. Probably to heal. Shifty or Lan. Man, I got trounced. Does not feel good. So, okay. I think it's a mission failure on trying to turn my guys in for profit. I guess you just can't turn people into a faction that you're enemies with, even if you're in disguise, which I disagree with. I think you should be able to do that. But I guess that would be kind of an infinite money glitch if it didn't get rid of the bounties, you know? All right. So we put him down, he picks up the bags, and then we pick him back up so that people don't see him. Okay. Okay. Recovered. Meet up with these guys over here. We still have a couple guys in here that I need to deal with. I think I might just get Kenshi out of here before he becomes the target as well. It's like a bone pile over there. That's maybe not the greatest meeting point, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try and prison break again. I'm gonna wait till everyone's picked their locks. And then we'll all break out at the same time and try and run. I could probably sneak a couple of them out. Flan and Shifty might actually be able to sneak out. Hard to say. These guys keep trying to go back in, I don't know, to help or something. I guess I gotta move them further away. We can put kid gear down now. Just make sure they're way over there. Is everyone done picking their locks? Shifty's disguise is blown. I mean, that's not surprising. I think his disguise got blown because he was carrying an escaped slave. Because I tried to turn in Flan. These guys, we're gonna return to town and have to explain how our plan was not actually a brilliant plan. Everyone's gonna be like, well, yeah, you're idiots. I don't know, they were sitting around in town for too long and they got this idea that they could turn themselves in for their own bounty. And apparently they roped Shifty, Kenshi, and Amiltraz into this genius plan. And now instead Shifty is also in prison. Like I knew this was a bad idea. Why did I join this? I like how you have the option of setting yourself free or escaping. What's the difference? I guess I'll just set myself free, because then I'm not an escaped prisoner, right? I'm just a free person. Ah, prisoner escape. I like how they instantly can sense it, even though they're not here. Do I just run for it? I guess I just run for it, right? We go individual running and just everyone run as fast as you can. And we're gonna go towards like the nearest door. Shifty? What are you? Oh, Shifty's legs janked. You know what? I'm just gonna put myself back in my cage. That like sounds counterproductive probably, but I think if I just put myself back in my cage, it's probably the best bet. Because I'm not gonna be able to get out. I can't run fast enough. And I'll just get more beat up if they catch me, so. We're gonna hit the sneak. And we're gonna see if we can... We'll kite these guys that way, and we'll see if we can just sneak Yuri away. Land sneak as well. It looks like I got away with this for the most part. I mean, obviously, this one guy is going to cause a problem, but I don't think anyone else. These guys are still chasing me, but that's not too many of them. Flick is shooting people in the back, I'm pretty sure. Let's let these guys kind of just back off. These three. Oh no. Oh, criminals. Yeah, I know. Flick, attack that target. Kenpachi, attack this target. I don't know where these guys are coming from. But we're just all gonna have bounties by the time we go back home. Instead of just 5 of us having bounties, I think it's just gonna be everyone. Because we're committing crimes right now. Like, lots of crimes. I should probably start getting these characters back into their gear. Getting them out of their slave setup. Oh, man. This did not go well. Alright, Yuri, can you just hop back into something? Head. Let's get Yuri's gear back on. I think that's most of it, right? Wonder if I can fit this in here. Kind of. Alright, cool. Yuri, you're no longer on passive and hold. You can fight. Flick's getting the crud beat out of him. So, Yuri, can you attack that guy? Flan. Let's find your gear. Okay, this person doesn't have it. Who has Flan's gear? Shifty has nothing. Kenpachi has 2 people's stuff. Where's Kenpachi? Oh, he's just right over here. I need to find out whose gear this is. This is actually Flan's. Perfect. Alright, Flan. Back to work. Flick. Oh my gosh. Wait, did you lose a leg? I don't know. Flick's in rough condition. Let's take care of this guy. Cassandra's just like having a fist fight with him. Just brawling it up. Gosh. Who else's is this? I think this is K-Gear's stuff. I think Kenpachi has kick gear stuff. Wait. Oh, kick gear has all the stuff Shifty was carrying. Okay. This is some of kick gear's stuff. Some of it. Where's the rest of kick gear's stuff? Ah, Flick has it. Okay, kick gear's back in action. Who do we still have missing? Cassandra? Probably this bag, right? Yep, that's Cassandra's gear. She's in the middle of a battlefield, changing outfits, throwing armor back on so you can start fighting. Alright, Cassandra back in action, and Sand Assassin also needs to talk to Kigir. Then we're almost back to normal. I want to know if there's a way that we could succeed in this mission, you know? I really would like to do it. But I think the fact that we can't trade with them is intentional game mechanics. I think that's been thought of. That's what it comes down to. Alright, everyone's set back up except Shifty. Shifty's chilling in prison. Probably where he belongs for trying something like this silly. Yeah, this is not a plan that actually works. We didn't lose any of our gear though. Man, my limbs. Rough, man. I think I need to go rescue him, but I don't know. I think Yuri would be the guy to do it with, because Yuri's just by far the fastest. If I could run in with Yuri, but Yuri has a bounty. So maybe I can stealth in with Yuri as soon as it becomes nighttime. When is that going to happen? Soon-ish. Let's speed things up. Oh, man. That was rough. Let's loot these guys while we're waiting. Maybe they have something good on them. Samurai. I guess this is high grade. We could try to loot more disguises. Even though the disguises don't seem to help too much. It lets me walk around, and maybe it lets me shop, but it's not going to let me... Actually, maybe I can't even shop with them. Huh. I didn't think about that. You know what I can do, though? We can pretend to shop with Cassandra when it becomes nighttime. We can loot. We can thieves shop. Oh, I shouldn't be standing on the bodies, should I? Yeah. Let's move away. Oh, Flick is crawling. I'm like, why am I moving so slow? It's because Flick is crawling. Alright, Flick, go ahead and loot these guys while you're on the ground here. Is there anybody that doesn't have a med kit? I thought I saw someone say they don't have a med kit. Maybe it's because they didn't have a backpack on at the moment. Yeah, I'm guessing that's what it was. Amiltraz? Yeah, everyone has a med kit. Oh, Amiltraz should change back into their actual gear. Almost forgot to do that. There we go. It's a little confusing because some of their gear is not as high defense as the stuff they had stolen. But that's what they want to be wearing, so that's what they're going to wear. That's their comfort clothes. Take his other med kit. You'd steal from the law? Yes. In a word, yes, I would. Now we can move faster. Finish this guy off again. Go back to sneaking. I guess we move as a group again, now that we are kind of a group. How's Shifty doing? His legs are still pretty rough. Who's it? Why does Yuri say he's getting attacked? That's not true. We're gonna hang out right here, right behind this sand dune, and debate how we are going to get Shifty out. Gosh, there's people. Okay. On this side of the dune, maybe? Trying to be out of line of sight here. Ooh. This is the Hero League. What? The League of Heroes. The Avengers and the Hunters reunite. Who else is in this Hero League? City Heroes. We have cool shirts. I want to steal their shirts. They have bright green shirts. Look at that. I've never seen those before. Hero Boss. This guy has, like, no stats. A big sword, though. Another cool guy. We need to find the one that we need to actually avenge. Avenge Krazel. I think we send in Sand Assassin at night. The dynamic duo here, Cassandra and Sand Assassin, as soon as night falls. And we have them steal stuff and free Shifty. So we're going to have them drop off what they're currently carrying. These two are like, I've had them steal so much stuff. It's insane. Wow. That never happens. Look at this perfect Tetris. Filled his inventory exactly. Wow. That's probably the most satisfying part of this entire episode. We're just running laps. I don't know why. Waiting for night to fall. I'm gonna run around the city and pick our point of entry. Yeah, lots of gates. I think we're probably best just going in this one. It is nighttime now, so let's zip on in here. I don't know where Cassandra was going. Cassandra was like, we're freeing Shifty. Wait, no. I have to make a detour into the noble's house. Sand Assassin's gonna stay on target. Cassandra? Yeah, she's gonna just... Can you just... Oh my gosh. Turn your jobs off for a second. Why are there two fancy rugs? I don't know, but they're ours now. She's gonna steal stuff. This is why you send two in to go do a job, because only one of them's actually gonna do the job. Alright, Sand Assassin. Also pick this lock. Cassandra. You know, the funny thing is I actually want... Oh my gosh, look at this person. Lord Inaba. That is a chunky shack. Look at this guy, they're thick. Looks pretty pleased with himself, too. Yes. This is my house. Your house is getting looted, dude. You know, all those rugs? I need those for my personal housing project that I'm doing back home. Not to put swords on, but I just can't place things like this, you know? Food cube. Don't mind if I do. Alright, let's go upstairs. See what we got in here. First things first. I'm gonna loot the sleeping guy. Masterwork dyed robes. Huh. I actually don't have a 100% stealing chance. That's crazy. Well, we'll get to that, I think. Really? Some luxury goods and the chests aren't even locked. Do I want a bunch of pearl vases? They'll be nice decoration. Actually, the parchment looks good as decoration, too. And you know what? You don't need rugs. Ooh, what about... Can I pick up this rug? I like this rug. I can't pick it up, though. Here I am rug shopping in a noble's house. We've obviously been here before because all of these things are unlocked. I know we've looted all this before. Because these cabinets would not be unlocked if we hadn't unlocked them ourselves. And just because I know we've been here before, like, yeah, that's why. I guess this is an easy way to get higher grade stuff too. 42% chance. Let's go for the best gear. High grade pants. High grade boots. I think a high grade samurai armor, like body plate, is pretty good. But I also kind of want to just steal this guy's shirt, because I think this is on par with Cassandra's tendencies from the past. This is what happened to the other nobles as they were sleeping. She's got like this weird thing where she just finds a sleeping noble and has to troll them. No, she got caught. Oh, can I steal it right off his back? Yes. So he wakes up and he just wakes up to a criminal undressing him. Man, it's always something extremely strange that that she gets caught doing. Wait. He just shouts, "I'm not a meat sack," and then goes back to snoring. Dude, what? What just happened? Oh my god. She's back for more. He falls back asleep. Next thing he knows, like, his shoes are just getting unlaced. Well, we've got the masterwork robes, but now we have... Okay, we're going to throw that on the ground because we want the rug more. We have a dilemma. We have most of the fit, but we don't have the whole Lord Inaba fit. So we got to steal the pants. And easy. Hey, bro. Dude, look at those thighs, man. Oh my god. It looks like a chicken leg, like he's got drumsticks, man. What in the world? Cassandra. She's just like, man. You are strange looking, buddy. I have room in my inventory though, so I need to steal more stuff. Oh, not quite enough room for that. What if I rearrange some stuff? No, there's no way. Yeah, I don't think there's any way that I make the samurai armor fit. I don't want to drop any of the stuff I have. She sighs. I'll be back. I'll be back for you. Meanwhile, are you free yet? Okay. Someone's doing their job. Cassandra didn't even check to see if Shifty was free. She just looted the stuff and left. So sidetracked. Alright. At least the mission was accomplished. And we did manage to recruit a new character. We didn't actually get the bounties, but we recruited a new character. So we can put Shifty down. Shifty can talk to... who is it? Who has my gear? I want my clothes back. Alright. Gear. Ugh, filthy. I feel filthy wearing this clothes. Get me out of it. Much better. Okay. That can go there, that can go there. Are we completely back to normal now? Please tell me we're back to normal. This all looks good. This is a new character. Cassandra, do you have anything special for him? Hey, why don't you take Lord Inaba's boots? This guy's... wait, he already had... who am I trading with? Why am I trading with Amiltraz? Cassandra, talk to Flick. Yeah, what the heck was that all about? Weird. Alright. Better boots. There is better gear there. I just need to go get it. Can someone... me offload all my loot? I guess I could just drop all of the rags. The rags didn't work. It was a cool idea. But I'm sorry, Jin. Like, I know you worked hard on all these rags. And, like, we have specialist grade rags now. We'll keep a masterwork one, just to remember this failed mission. Yeah, we don't need the rags anymore. We'll keep a couple of... we'll keep the 2 masterwork rags. In case we try anything silly like this again. Why can I not put these down? Jeez. Alright. Everyone trade with Cassandra until her inventory's empty, please. Actually, this is probably the right person to trade with, because I can stack everything over there. Perfect. And Sand Assassin, you can also go back in. Everyone else can just chill here for the night. We're gonna go loot some more stuff. We're decorating the town. We'll make sure some of the stuff Cassandra looted goes in a house for her. She can put down her favorite rug and some vases. Dude, I should just make a table for her that I can just plop like 50 pearl vases on. She can have a collection. So Sand Assassin, can you just... this guy's kind of annoying me. Just peacefully knock him out, please. And then see what he's wearing. Yeah, nothing impressive. Is there really nothing else in here of importance? It doesn't look like it. I should probably kidnap all of the nobles. I already have 2 of them in my base. The United Cities hate me as much now as I think they ever will. Sand Assassin could try to get his bounty up to like 100,000. Could be his new goal. If I can't get rid of the bounties, maybe I just inflate them. Alright, 42% chance to steal that. Let's gamble. Oh, got caught. We're still going to try it again. Alarm raised. I think Sand Assassin will be fine. Wait. Sand Assassin. Stealth KO this guy. Oh, thunk. Oh, they didn't see a thing. Wait, can Sand Assassin just KO everyone? Cassandra's gonna run, and Sand Assassin's just gonna donk him. Slimy worm! Okay, maybe Sand Assassin is just gonna run too. Cassandra's doing a victory lap, and then she's gonna go out the door. A bounty! Is that a compliment? They just called her bounteous. Okay, I'll stop. Little do you guys know, it was a trap. Now you're all screwed. Because now you actually have to fight us in our proper gear, in the darkness, and Sand Assassin is going to stealth KO all of you. Failed, eh? Alright, give him a second to become stealthy again, maybe? Here, this person I have a 100% chance on. Cassandra, why are you not fighting? Some of them were not set up right. Okay. Alright, where's Cassandra? You've got a job. Find the person that had the good gear and take it from them. Also, just take their meds. Meds are good. Prisoner escape. What's going on over here? Are these reinforcements? Outlaw swordsman. I don't think they're reinforcements for anybody. Where's the guy that had the high grade gear? That's all I want to know. Is it this guy? Probably the gate sergeant? Or did the guy not leave the house? Was it somebody who was in the house that just never left? Got a lampshade hat. I might just be fighting the gate guards here. Oh no, here we go. Oh, this guy had all high grade gear. Nice. Including the proper samurai helmet, too. Very cool. He doesn't need his weapon anymore, I don't think. What was he? A gate sergeant. And what were the other ones? Just samurais? Empire Noble Guard hooded. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, Emiltres? Put down Flick. Why are you fighting with Flick on your back? It's a little bit strange. This guy's holding out really well, considering he has 2 arrows through his head. I think he's officially a zombie. He also is cosplaying as a porcupine. He's got the whole tail and everything. There we go. Finally down specialist grade. Holy moly. This guy had the gear. This is an excellent set. Too bad he doesn't have a helmet. specialist grade, though. Very nice. Let's trade that all over to Flan. Well, I'm getting better disguises. Much higher quality disguises. We've got to run away. Oh, the gate guard was a hiver. Don't let him get away. You don't have a choice. I hate to break it to you. This is not a thing you get to be picky about. Flick's leg is so messed up. I need somebody injured, actually, so that I can tell Flick to, like, first aid as a job. There we go. Now Flick finally has a proper job. I need some splint rigging as well as a job. So someone's got to break a bone or something. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Wait, is Shifty down? Yo. Oh, I guess Shifty was injured before, too. I just got ragdolled. My stomach is so injured. Jeez. Where's Yuri? Yuri? Why is everyone running off? I should have taken these guys as weapons. Alright, pick him up. Who's the slowest? Oh, man, they just keep getting up one after the other. Thieving snake. Just stay down, dude. I ain't got time for this. Alright, let's move fast. So it looks like Yuri's the fastest, this guy's the slowest, so we'll pick him up with Yuri. Now we should be able to move at a respectable pace, at least. If we all go at the same pace. Oh my gosh. That was brutal. Ugh, that was not the plan at all. We're gonna run back home real quick. Oh, maybe it's not gonna be so quick. We're gonna slowly trudge back home in defeat. With, with more bounties. We now have higher bounties. And also, the people who didn't have bounties now have bounties, so... I think these ones will wear off, though. If you don't get above, like, 10,000, I think they do eventually wear off over time. But if they get over, like, 10,000, or maybe it's 15,000, I'm not sure. You become infamous, and your bounty never disappears. I think that's how the system works. So, with these guys, should be okay. It's just a temporary bounty. And also a recovery coma. That's not a very good souvenir either. Let's speed this up. Ugh. It was a mistake. It was definitely a mistake. That's the kind of mission that I like going and trying to do, though, because it's something I've never tried before. So it's a learning experience for me. Though I feel like now that I've done this, I do recall a year ago or so. You know, it was a while ago at this point, so I think I can be forgiven for forgetting at this point. A year ago, I did try to trade with a shopkeeper from a faction I was at war with in a disguise for their faction, and it didn't work. So I probably could have concluded from that experience that I wouldn't be able to turn in bounties, because you usually have to talk to a shopkeeper to turn in a bounty. These are some huge hordes of people that we're running by the way. That is a small army from the Holy Nation, and over here, another small army from the Holy Nation. So we're gonna avoid those as best we can, at least. This is like the Warring States region. The Holy Nation's just battling constantly. So what else can we try and do with disguises? We can't trade, we can't turn in prisoners. What do you even do with the disguise then? Like, if we're disguised and we attack people, say I disguise myself as the Holy Nation, and I go attack the samurais, does that get negative reputation for the Holy Nation? Maybe I can cause wars between other factions by impersonating one and then fighting another. Like, if I disguise myself as the Empire, I wear an Empire disguise, and I go kidnap the Holy Lord Phoenix. Will they know it was me? Will my disguise get blown, or will they just go to war with the wrong faction? I think it would be really cool if they did go to war with the wrong faction, but I have a feeling that while you're fighting, your disguise just gets blown eventually. I don't think I'll be able to maintain my disguise, even though it's not of the faction that I'm currently fighting. I don't think it'll work. Which is sad, because it would be really cool to impersonate one and get them to go to war with another. Because there's two massive factions on the map that I'm enemies with. The Holy Nation and the Empire. The United Cities. I'm just going to keep forgetting the name, the United Cities, and I'm going to call them the Empire from now on, because it's easier for me to remember. And they seem to be referred to as both. So I'm going to use them interchangeably from now on. Perhaps the Empire is like a sub-faction of the United Cities. Like squares and rectangles, you know? They're the Empire is the square. And the United Cities is the rectangle. Look at them just jittering. Oh. Where's everyone going? Huh. They must have been pathing to their jobs, just taking a weird path, because they have to go this way. It's the fastest route. I guess they don't have to go the fastest route, but they should. All right. And now, conveniently enough, because I didn't... Oh, everyone stay here. We can drop everything off now in this building. I don't have to go through and do like a big loot drop-off session during stream. We can just do it right here, right now. And it's going to take like a minute or two instead of an hour. We'll do that off stream. It's not hard to do. Actually, I'm going to keep that stuff on him. Yuri. Cassandra. We'll just remember that Cassandra stole a bunch of stuff and put it in these boxes. And I'll use this to decorate her house at some point. All these rugs and whatnot, they're all going to go in homes. To be fair, we could probably decorate with any of the rugs we have, and they're probably ones that were stolen by Cassandra. I think she's the main culprit when it comes to rug thievery. Okay, Kenpachi, you can go ahead and... I guess I'll just drop off all of that stuff. Now that we are back home, We can go to our squads and we can rearrange this again. I would like to put them back in the order that they were in originally, but I'm not going to be able to remember the exact order, I don't think. Shifty, Flan, Heron, Kenpachi. Amaltrazo's down here. Flick actually has to be moved down to the townsfolk. Flick is a townsfolk. All right, Zach. I think Zach and Kegier came at similar times. Sand Assassin was way near the end. Sark actually is probably around there. Uh-oh, Cassandra. Cassandra and Kegier came in on the same day. So I think they should be next to each other like that-ish. Something like this. This looks right. Roughly. Sark and Drac might be switched. I try and always get them back in the same order so that I get used to it, and I can always find them when I'm clicking through and trying to find them. These two are switched. So Carbon Chili was last. Sand Assassin, I think, is right in here. Actually, Pent might be like that. This feels better, though. I don't know. I'll look it up, and we'll make sure that's sorted out. Maybe I actually should put all of these guys in vacation and make the Wayward crew empty until I pick my next task, and then I move people into the Wayward crew. I kind of like that idea. I think this is probably how we'll be running things for a few episodes. All right. Cool. Why does that look weird? Why does that word look weird? Is that spelled wrong? I don't know. It just looks weird right now. Let's kit out Flick. Flick is... Put Flick down. And this guy doesn't have to run at the same pace as everyone anymore. So... Actually, all of our people can just run at their own pace at this point. When they're in town, they can all run as fast as possible. I want to get new gear for Flick. I think I'm going to put him in townsfolk stuff. And I think... I mean, they're a Shek, right? So I probably should give them melee stuff. It wouldn't be bad to have a Shek that's capable of doing ranged in case somebody wants a Shek that's capable of doing ranged things. I really want to move them now too, so I want to move them here so all of our Shek are together. So I think we will make him ranged. I don't know. But he's going to be the Shek version of ranged. I think he needs to use a spring bat. That just seems like the Shek thing to use. Actually, Sand Assassin is using a specialist bow, isn't he? Or she. I think yeah, Sand Assassin is a she. Oh my gosh. I have so many of these and they're all full. With just regular bows. I didn't realize I made that many regular bows. That is insane. Where would I be hiding my good bows? You think I have a really good spring bat just sitting around somewhere? I'm trying to think of where it would be. Maybe it would be in the loot tower. Wait, what is going on here? Who are you carrying? Ray. Why are you carrying a holy servant? Oh, corpse disposal. Find corpses. Okay. You can put that down. You don't need to be carrying that. It's okay. Flick. Just... Oh, my gosh. Hold still. Game, stop moving my screen for me. Jeez. Oh, that's right. He has this. First things first, he needs a backpack. He needs a backpack like an adult. What do I have all of these guys? They all have regular thieves backpacks. Do you think those are the best? They're my favorite backpacks. Maybe they aren't the best, but they're good. Let's put all that in there. You need some more repair kits, some better ones. And we're going to actually drop off all of this because this is all just looted stuff. There we go. We'll get you some brand new stuff, some fresh stuff. Welcome gear. Made by actual professionals. Goats for useful shenanigans. Is that what the goat trader's trying to sell with? That's his sales pitch? I mean, it kind of works. If this is going to be a ranged guy, he probably shouldn't wear the full heavy samurai armor that I have all the other sheks in. But I kind of want to make him wear it anyway. You know? Maybe we give him a plate jacket. It still has reduced crossbow effect, though. Stealth, dodge, melee, martial arts. Yeah, the crossbow effect of samurai armor is brutal. 50% effectiveness. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that to him. What about this? Crossbow, it's like 90%. At least it's like kind of shuck looking armor. Oh, this is actually more faction uniforms for the United Cities. We're going to move that into our other storage. We'll move all this stuff because it's all faction uniform. Move that in with our other loot. Ooh, what do I wear for an undershirt? Probably a turtleneck. Yeah, we have a masterwork grade leather turtleneck. That'll be good. And this increases perception. So we'll have him wear one of those. Some good boots. I'm tempted to have him wear giant samurai boots to protect his legs. Not because he needs the samurai boots, but they're not bad. And they don't negatively inhibit his archery skills, so I think we're going to take it. I love that we have so many options now. What is the difference between this and this? This one's just better? The iron hat's just better than this hat? I suppose this was masterwork and that one's specialist, but... Oh, I have a bunch of these black plate jackets. These are really nice. They're my favorite gear. I just love how balanced they are. Ooh. Wait, do we have anyone using a falling sun yet? I might be changing my mind here. I don't think we have anyone using a moon cleaver either. We have a lot of cleaver people. But we have no one using a falling sun yet. Which is a heavy weapon, I want to say. Heavy weapon class. How many people do we have actually doing heavy weapon class? I know Amiltraz is doing it. Exile plank, dude. Excellent weapon. I want to say Jin is heavy weapons. We have a lot of cleavers. We have a surprisingly high number of people using cleavers. Oh, Ruka's using heavy weapons too. Heavy weapon, cleaver. These guys. Is that a heavy weapon or a blunt weapon? Blunt. And then a bunch of ranged people. I think we need to do it. I think we need to have this doing that. And because of that, we're going to change the gear up again. I know. I keep going back and forth on this. We're going to put them in the same kind of super tanky gear that everyone else is wearing. We have a plenty of ranged characters already. I know they're all humans, but that's okay. If somebody really wants to take a shuck and make them ranged, they can. I mean, that's what Sand Assassin did, and Sand Assassin is really good at this point. I don't have one of these scrappy helmet things that everyone else is wearing. All the other townsfolk. I don't want Flick to feel left out. Okay. You can wear that, you can wear that. We're actually wearing plated long boots on everyone. Interesting. I guess they're another balanced gear type, the plated long boot. We'll let him wear the heavy boots. And maybe he can go full on and wear a crazy helmet too. That looks so funny. He's becoming one of the people that he defeated. We are going to go with the blackened chainmail. Unfortunately, we only have specialist grade on that. That's okay. Let's go up a floor and see what we can do for our best weapons. Really wish I could make falling suns. Something I don't have the blueprint for yet. Perhaps... what's a good offhand for this? I want to stick with the curved blade style, so I think we'll use one of these. Just a little sword. It goes with the whole samurai thing. That'll work for me. Goats. We don't have any room for more characters. Even if we wanted to buy a goat, we couldn't at this point. Flick, are you just... Yeah, you're super slow because your leg's still janked probably, right? Yeah, it's like still messed up. We're going to have him sleep in bed for a bit. Fix that leg up. Some more gear. I know this was looted at a different time, but it's kind of the same stuff, so we're going to stick it in with this stuff. There's got to be a way to fit this in here, right? Are you kidding? There's definitely a way. Tetris. Whatever. I don't care. We'll put it in a different box. All right. Flick is part of the crew. He has been adopted. If anyone wants to claim... Oh, don't run into each other, guys. If anyone wants to claim Flick... Also, Agnew, stop doing the corpse disposal thing. Like, you just, guys, you end up carrying bodies around indefinitely. And I find it bothersome. All right. That is sorted. I think that's what we're going to call it for this episode. Everyone's back. Everyone's healed. We didn't lose anyone. We did gain a character overall. We weren't able to get the bounties, unfortunately, but I think it was a genuine effort. We tried, okay? So before next episode, I'm going to go through. I'm going to feed all the prisoners because that has to be done every single time between every episode. And I'm going to build some more interiors for houses. So if you're watching and you have a claimed character and you want to pick a house or tell me what you want in your house, please do, because I will do that and I'll try and have that done by next episode, and then I can bring you on a little tour and show you your new setup. if not next episode, the one after that, so on and so forth. We're going to keep doing this until eventually everyone has a place all set up for them. And I'll probably set stuff up for you, whether you tell me to do it or not, just because I'm going to have that extra time on my hands, and we can always tweak things later if people want changes. So I'd rather have things in a decent place than no place. All right, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you guys in the next one.